my Tabor City home here. Thank you, Lord, for the fact that yesterday was the eclipse, so we can all get past that and move on to something else. So, um, truth be told, I went outside and looked at it for a few minutes myself. I just used my welding helmet. Just looked at it for a couple minutes, and it's something to see. Yeah, but good gravy. Yeah, that thing occupied everybody's day and everybody's week. And I don't know about where you're from, but from where I'm from, everybody and their brother was out looking for solar eclipse glasses. And, if anybody has any unique things that you can do with solar eclipse glasses now that the eclipse is gone, comment down below. I'd love to hear them. Who knows? Anyways, we're out here with the truck today because this has been my baby for coming up on 17 years. I've had this truck for 17 years, and this has been a good truck. I bought it. We had about 88,000 miles on it. The fellas I bought it from, the guy who had it before me was a welder. Drove it constantly back and forth to his job. Most of it was highway miles. I felt pretty good about the truck. I bought it from a reputable dealership. I have loved this truck. This has been a good truck. Saying home a lot. And, I'm getting ready to sell her. And you might ask, why is he selling his truck? Well, because I bought this truck. And, of course, it's Ford. Sticking with my Fords. But this opportunity to get this truck came along. It's a 2008 Ford F-250 Lariat. It's got a little bit of a lift on there and some 20-inch tires, 20-inch rims. And, the fella who had it, it's a 6.4 liter diesel. There's a lot of people out there who talk about 6.4 liter diesels and they say, the motor's not great, whatever. This truck has been gone over. The EGR stuff has all been deleted on it. Talk to the people at the Power Stroke shop there in Conway. Good people. I would recommend, if you got a problem with a Power Stroke motor, you can carry it to them because they know what they're doing. And they basically say, hey, this is a solid truck. God needed to get out of it. He has some bills he's got to take care of. He got a young kid and some other stuff. So the price was, I paid less for this truck at a 250 with a diesel in it than I would have paid for a 2008 F-150 extended cab 4x4. So I felt good about that. And, we'll see where we go with this. Diesel's an all new thing to me with the exception of the Backhoe. And, I'm going to learn how to work on diesels, I guess. So hopefully not anything more than preventive maintenance. So, if anybody wants a great F-150, you can go with that. Send them my way. The main reason why I went looking for another truck is I wanted a 4-door pickup truck. With the kids and when we try to go places, we always have to drive my wife's van. And I don't have a problem driving a van. Van's awesome. But, we're constantly pounding miles out on her car, even to go to the grocery store or whatever. And I just wanted to have something that if we wanted the option to take a vehicle that I use as a daily driver, that would be a reasonable option. So I wanted to go with a 4-door. I want to have the kids crawling in and out behind seats and all that other stuff. So, and I think I did okay. Well, time will tell. Time always tells on these kind of things, but I think I did all right. And we'll see where it goes. Anyways, wanted to update you on that. I've driven this now for a couple of days. I've only had it for a couple of days. Driven it for a couple of days, but I can tell you I like it. One of the things that I can say about it is that I was getting 14, 15-ish miles with my F-150 driving back and forth to work. Most of the road that I drive back and forth to work is highway road. So on one I drive 44 miles to get to work. And about 22 of that you would drive, at driving 5 miles over, you're driving 65 miles an hour. And then the last 22 of that, driving 5 miles over, you're driving at 70 miles an hour. So, you know, it's pretty fast on a highway driving. It's not, you know, cruising along at 35, 40 miles an hour. And I am getting on the average of about 18 miles to the gallon in that car, or in that truck, which is a big full body truck with 37-inch tires on it, driving at 65 to 70 miles an hour. So extraordinarily happy with that. You know, we'll see again what time says about the whole deal, but that's what that is. Now I was going to update you a little bit on the backhoe. It's been sitting out here in the woods. Why? Because we've been doing some work with it. And what does that mean? Well, that means the backhoe is working. So, had this thing out here and digging some test holes, pushing some trees over, doing some work with it, and I would say I'm extraordinarily happy with it. The valve body for the transmission is principally what the issue was. Beyond the fact that the torque converter had torn up the hydraulic pump, but the valve body that switches the shuttle shift back and forth would never fully engage one way or the other. It would just kind of partially engage, and it would never allow the transmission to build proper pressure for the clutches, for forward or reverse. So I've got reverse dialed in very well. This thing would pull a house off the foundation in reverse. On occasion, forward is a little weak. If you sit there and mess with the shuttle shift back and forth a few times, eventually you'll get the valve body to click all the way into forward, and then you have strength in forward gear. That's a little problematic right now in that, you know, most of the time you're pushing stuff with the front bucket, you're in forward gear. So a weak forward gear is not in any way, shape, or form something that anybody would want to have to deal with. But, you know, we're working our way there. Like I said, I've been out here in the backyard using this thing a little bit and testing out the gears and pushing around some dirt and things like that, just trying to figure out and diagnose exactly what the issue with it was. But I wanted to give you guys an update on the F-250, the purchase of that, and the triple nickel here, the 555. So as you can see, we have not painted the 555, which we are going to do. Once I'm absolutely certain that I've got all the mechanical issues worked out on it, I'm going to go ahead and paint it. And yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, things are moving along slowly, a lot slower than what I really wish it would be. But you know, this valve body and this transmission, like I said, has been problematic and been driving me nuts. So fuel pump issues, or not fuel pump issues, but the fuel return on the cab pump caused me a ton of issues, just trying to get it to where I didn't have any air in the fuel system. And once I got it to the point where I didn't have any air in the fuel system, I was good. This thing fired right up. It's been reliable as far as firing goes. But you know, yeah. So hopefully we're doing a lot of work inside the house right now. You might have seen the videos about painting and things like that. We're doing a lot of work inside the house right now. I haven't posted anything about the electrical stuff that we're doing because I really don't. I'm not an electrician, and I really don't want you guys to take my advice on electric, because, be quite honest with you, I have friends who are electricians, and I'm having to get some advice from them. And this is just, you know, this is just really fundamental little stuff. You know, plumbing stuff is easy. You're not gonna burn your house down if you mess up plumbing. You're just gonna clog up your toilets. But I don't want to be the guy who gives you advice on electrical, because I'm just not there. See, beyond that, yeah, I think it's about where we are. So, repping my Cleveland Indians. They're doing good so far this year. Maybe they'll make it back to the World Series again. You know, believe it or not, I've not seen anybody else running around with Cleveland Indians hat on in Tabor City, North Carolina. I have no idea what that's about. Yeah. So anyways, you know, we'll be coming up on an oil change probably in a couple of weeks on that F-250. It'll be the first one I do. I hope to bring you guys along on that. And when the weather starts cooling down a little bit, we get some of the stuff done in the house that we got to get done. You know, hopefully we'll bring you along on some adventures with the Backhoe, the triple nickel. So still looking forward to getting this lot cleared out and turn around and selling this thing. I will tell you, I dug a test hole on the property back here just to see, because one of the things I want to eventually do is put a little bit of a pond back here. Not a giant pond, but a little pond back here. And so one of the things I wanted to see was, could we in fact dig a hole that would hold water? And that is depending a lot of times on the amount of clay that you have in your soil, whether or not it's going to hold water. Well, so I dug this and did a silt test with a mason jar, and I'll show you guys that later. And then just let it sit. Our water table is about 5 feet deep, 5.5 feet deep. So, but we have a huge sand content, or excuse me, clay content to the soil. And so this little test hole, we had some rain over the last couple of weeks. We haven't really had any real measurable rain in a couple of days now, but this is this is our test hole. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's tadpoles swimming around in this here test hole. So it's awfully muddy, you know, but it has been holding water, and it will sustain life as evidenced by the tadpoles here. So well, maybe eventually one day we'll have a pond. It's going to be over that way, so, over by the sycamore tree. So anyways, from my Tabor City home to you, that's kind of an update on where we are on several different projects, some of the things going on, some of the things that you can look at for the future. Triple nickel, getting her squared away. Maybe have a little bit of work to do with her again this fall. You know, I really wish that shuttle shift was working better. That valve body is, again, problematic, but we'll see what we end up with. Anyways, my Tabor City home to you. Have a great day. Let's fix something. Let's do something with our hands. If you know anybody who wants to have 450, send them my way. We'll talk to you later. Bye.